What's up, guys?
What's up, everybody?
Us. Chilling right now, Alex.
Us again.
And we're doing a different video for you today. Completely different.
Completely different. Nothing we've ever done before.
Whole new world. Whole new world. And we probably should have done it sooner, but we've just been taking our time, having fun with this stuff.
Yep.
But we have a fan. A true fan. Which is awesome.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
And she has asked us to help her with her progression on a lawn. And we're gonna do that.
Yep.
We're gonna do that. And we're gonna do a build tutorial today for her, which we have never done.
Exactly. So this will be kind of our first little build tutorial deal. This will be the first time we've tried or done anything like this. So you know,
build all the time.
We build all
never
the time.
film it.
Yeah. I mean,
just never film it.
We just sit here and we just do it on our off time.
I've taken pictures of end builds to show you the coils and stuff. Like,
but we've never ever
like,
filmed.
Look at these double nines.
Yeah. But we've never ever sat down and like just tried to film ourselves doing it or taking pictures during the process. We sit down, get in the zone, build up our new setup, and then we take pictures afterwards.
So what we're gonna do specifically today is we're going to do a single coil build and a dual coil build. We're going to do them on two different devices. We're going to use and pardon my French, the shitty Skyhook RDTA from Smock, and we're going to use the magnificent Avocado 22 by Geek Vape.
Right.
And that, my opinion is my opinion. The Skyhook, in my opinion, is just kind of You get good flavor and you get good clouds, but it leaks like crazy. If you don't have it sitting straight up constantly, you're gonna leak.
Yeah, this
bad.
is. Well, I mean, we'll be doing a review over it pretty soon, so you guys can see it all up close. But that is the big major issue with it. It does leak if you leave it on its side for even a millisecond. So
we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But before we go in close and show you how to do these builds, we want to talk about a couple things. And we may break this up into two different videos depending on how long this video takes, but they will be released on the same day. Yes. I promise you. So what we need to talk about first off, and to our fan, we've come to the conclusion that for the next step for somebody on a sub-ohm tank, if they're wanting to get into building, that way you can still have the convenience of a sub-ohm tank,
but you get the flavor of an RDA and you get the ease of build of an RDA, and it's not near as finicky and touchy as an RTA would be. Because
this is your RDTA.
Yes.
So our one fan, and I don't want to mention your name in the videos. I'm sorry, but an RDTA is a thing, and in our opinion, it should be the next thing up from a sub-ohm tank. Just our opinion, because you still get the capacity of a tank on the bottom of an RDA. Right. So that way you're not constantly having to drip. Yeah,
you're not having to drip all the time, but you get the ease and the flavor and everything else of an RDA.
Yes, exactly.
So this is a really good next step. This is the first actually build-on only device that I ever owned, and it has helped me out tremendously. It's made it so much easier for me to build on RDAs, RTAs. It's just, you know, once you kind of get used to this, going to everything else, you know, yeah, it's going to take some tweaking. It's going to take some time to play around with it, but it works out.
And I don't know about you, brother man, but for me personally, now on, unless I'm testing a sub-ohm tank, in my everyday personal life, it's a buildable. Yeah. It's something that I've built and vaped on.
This has kind of been my go-to for the past couple of weeks. Has been my Dripbox 160.
Yeah, mine's the Kylin by Vandy Vape.
Yeah,
and can't put this damn thing down.
The GoVad by Vandy Vape as well. I've been using quite a bit, and it has been, you know, they're both phenomenal RTAs, but when it comes to building and wicking and everything else, are a little bit more finicky than an RDTA.
A little bit more finicky. Yes, they are.
It's a lot easier to get discouraged using something like this.
But you don't need to get discouraged, because nowadays building is nowhere near as intimidating as it was when it first became a thing.
No,
because now you have a lot of these pre-made coils for you. They come in like packages like this, where your coils are already made and wrapped. And that's what we recommend to somebody first getting into building, who, you know, if you don't have the time to actually sit down and wrap wires, because some of that stuff can be pretty lengthy work, and it is some work sometimes.
Oh,
it really is. Like if you're making Claptons or Aliens or fused Claptons or staple fuse,
it's work, man.
It's complex.
It's work.
But for someone like me and Alex, we're enthused by it. Like
right, yeah. I mean, it's cool, definitely. Yeah.
Like, it is my hobby, and it may even be more my hobby more than it is his. Like, I'm not speaking for you.
No,
there.
right.
I'm just mentioning, you know, like for me, like Ninja Turtles are my thing, man.
Right.
Vaping and building is my thing. I love it. Like, if I could never do it again, my hand's broken. I can't do it anymore. My hands are just gone. I can't. Just go and kill me. Man. Just kill me, man. Just screw it. It's not even about not. I look crazy now. Cool. But no, it's more like it's not a lifeline. It's not about quitting smoking anymore. I enjoy it.
It's a full-fledged hobby. Yeah, it is definitely. And it can easily become a full-fledged hobby. I mean, you don't even realize until you look down one day and you're like, where did all these come from? Where did all these mods? Where did all these tanks? Where did all these, you know, where did these RDAs come from? Like, where did all this, how did this all happen?
Yeah, and wife gets mad at me sometimes. You know, I buy more stuff than I buy for her now. It's upsetting. But a lot of these coils, they come pre-made for you.
Yep.
And you can't get a good close in on it, I don't think. But they come pre-wrapped and everything. All you got to do is just insert it, tighten the screws down, clip it, and we'll show you exactly how to do that. We're going to show you exactly how to do a build with these pre-made coils. So that's what we recommend. If you get a device that you have to build on, buy some pre-made coils to start out with, so you get used to actually doing stuff first.
Going through the motions of actually getting your leads in there, getting them tightened down, making sure that you don't have any hot spots.
Yes.
Wicking is a big deal as well. You know, that's also another major part of this, is making sure that you do have enough cotton, but not enough cotton to where you get dry hits. And
but we're going to show you exactly how to do this. Exactly how to do it, step by step.
Another thing that you might need to do is definitely look up Ohm's Law. Study up on Ohm's Law. That is a very, very important thing in this style of vaping. Especially if you start getting into anything mechanical. If you start getting into mechanical, you really need to know Ohm's Law. I mean, I don't own anything mechanical. He doesn't own anything mechanical yet. I'm looking into getting something. You owned a Cherry Bomber.
I had the Cherry Bomber, and it, poof! Because I wasn't paying attention, put a battery in upside down, and that's what happened. Poof!
Yep. You just
blew up.
Yeah, mechanicals are stuff that's very advanced. You need to kind of take your time and definitely know your stuff before you start getting any of that.
And that wasn't even about Ohm's Law.
Nope.
That's just how. That's just how careful you got to be with batteries and coil. Like, you need to be careful when it comes to these things, especially if you're going to build. Especially if you're going to build.
Yeah. So definitely took up Ohm's Law. Another thing, definitely, you know, I know we say it all the time, battery safety. Make sure your batteries are nice and wrapped up. There's no spots where the metal are sticking through, except for on the, you know, the positive and negative where it's supposed to. Make sure that you're always putting them in the right way. Make sure that, you know, everything about your battery is nice and safe. You know, if you feel like your battery's getting hot, take it out, check it out. Yeah, you know, get rid of it.
I don't even experiment with them anymore. I don't. When there's a little cut in my wrap, toss it. I don't even rewrap it. Nothing.
You can rewrap it. That is something you can do. But that's up to you if you want to go through all that. A lot of people just, you know, they get rid of their old batteries and buy new ones.
I mean, but I've seen people literally come in, and I've done it before. I've done it before. I've had batteries that are pretty exposed. I'm definitely got rid of.
I'm definitely someone who needs to practice what they preach, because I definitely still. I don't know if I still do, but I know for a long time I had some that had nicks all over them.
But you need to toss your batteries in a safe kind of way. Just don't toss them in your trash can.
Yeah, take them. There's a lot of battery places that'll actually take them and recycle them. So try to find a place nearby that recycles batteries.
But there's just one or two other little things that you need. Just little things. You need to have tweezers, okay? And you don't absolutely have to have ceramic tweezers, but it makes your job a lot easier.
Yes, it does.
It makes your job a lot easier. See, I have metal tweezers here, but I mainly use these for getting my cotton out and stuff, so I don't get these all messy and gooey and stuff.
All nasty.
These help tremendously when you're actually building. Yes. And we'll show you why.
Another thing you're going to need is you're going to need a way to clip your leads, whether it be some wire clippers like this, or you can even use fingernail clippers. Yeah, I mean, fingernail clippers work great for most of them, but you definitely need something to clip your leads with, something that'll just clip some wire.
But one thing you need to know, and again, we're going to show you all this up close, you need to get your leads as flush as you can to your
just as even as can be. After you get them installed in and right over the, airflow or wherever you're going to have them at, make sure that you get that just as flush.
And that's why we recommend something like some for real wire snips, because they will get you as close as you can to your deck. To
and I mean, there are companies that sell packets for building. I believe Coilology, Coil Master, they sell one, and they come with everything.
Coil Master, they put one out like every month, man.
Yeah, they have an insane amount.
Coil Master is specifically for building. They don't play around when it comes to their building. They got those. What the heck are they called? Those.
Oh, the ohm reader.
Ohm readers, man.
And those things, honestly, those are a really great way to go about testing everything. It's just that we don't personally have one. But what it is basically you want to build something, you throw down your deck on there, and after you have your build on there, you hit a button and it tells you exactly what your ohms are. It tells you
everything you know, so you don't put it on your mod and potentially blow your mod up.
Exactly.
If your ohm reader, it's fine. It served its purpose.
Exactly. It saved you from blowing up your mod.
Exactly. So but I mean, you don't absolutely have to have one of those. It's good to have one of those, but you don't absolutely have to. Because most devices nowadays, like your Captain here, on the screen it generally tells you somewhere on there what your ohms are. So I mean, that's why I say you don't absolutely have. If you have a mechanical mod, you're gonna want one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
You're gonna want one.
100%. Because you don't want to just blindly throw a coil on one of those things and just hope it works. You want to make sure.
No.
Safety is key on this.
So Ohm's law, battery safety, and the right tools. Okay.
The only other thing you're gonna need is a pair of scissors, and that's just to clip your wicks. Clip your wicks. Yeah. So I mean that's not a huge thing.
There might be other little things, but chances are you will get them with the device that you purchase, like the Avocado 22 here. It comes with an Allen key wrench to unscrew your screws.
A lot of ones come with these tri-tools right here that have a Phillips head and then 2 different size hex head screwdrivers. So there you go. That's really all you need.
When you buy a device, especially for building, it provides you with the tools that you need, extra O-rings, that type of stuff.
My GoVag came with a flathead screwdriver. I'm sure that your Kylan came with something.
It didn't come with a screwdriver, but it did come with it came with an Allen key wrench, and it came with that thing to undo the kidney shaped top fill part. Different review, another time.
Getting ahead of myself. But so really you just need to have the tools, you need to have the knowledge. Don't ever be afraid to ask questions. If you go into a B&M and you want to talk to whoever works there about this, talk to them. They're there to help you. So don't be afraid to ask questions.
And I know I only have one person commenting right now, but I generally do pretty good with commenting back to our one fan that we have pretty much right away. Because my phone stays in my hand because of constant editing and constantly calling and talking to him about stuff that we need and have to do.
Right.
And then I'll see her comment immediately. I'll go and answer it immediately.
Right.
And I'll have conversations with this person. And so if anybody has questions, anybody at all, feel free to ask me. Feel free to ask Alec. We will get back to you pretty quickly.
Yes,
pretty daggum quickly.
We'll get back just as soon as we possibly can. And there's luckily this is something that after it blew up, everybody's wanting to share the information they know about it. So I mean, if you really want to, you can always just look up online.
You can find it everywhere.
Forums, subreddits, anything like that. I mean, just typing in whatever you need to Google.
Screw that. No, screw that. Come to us.
Okay.
Screw that. No. Forget the internet. Forget other reviewers. Where it's at.
Yeah.
We're the bee's knees. We're the cat's pajamas. We're all that. Okay.
Yeah. But in all 100% seriousness, we want safety, and we just want everybody to enjoy their vape experience and to be safe about it. So
yeah, we want y'all to have fun with it and taste the flavors that we are tasting.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, you and me, we're getting flavor for days off this. Like, I thought that sub-ohm tanks were the greatest thing to ever happen on the planet until I started building, and then now I realized that building has just made everything that was great about sub-ohm tanks this much better. They're just so much better.
And with me, I was actually very intimidated with. When I first got into vaping, and I started out with the ego pins, and then I got on to sub-ohm and all, and wanted.
Seeing the guys in the shops with like the old school Skelly 100s with like the freak shows or whatever sitting on top of there, just because you were like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that wasn't even what intimidated me about it. It was when I actually was trying to do it.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you see what all these guys go through, and what all the steps they have to do, and you're like, man, I don't know if I even want to do that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And because the first time I tried to build was somebody told me that you could redo an Atlantis cotton, Atlantis coil. I mean. And I took the whole thing out and I tried to re-wick it, and I've been there for 3 hours, next thing I know, trying to get this thing back together. And I was just like, I'm going to the vape store, all right? I'm going to get a new coil.
I'm just buying coils.
And that's what intimidated me about it. And at that time, I had already bought a couple of RDAs because I was like, I'm going to build on those and all this stuff. But I ordered them from Fast Tech.
Slow Tech.
And it took them forever to get to me. And I was trying to do the Atlantis coil, and I still hadn't gotten the RDAs at the time. And by the time they got to me, I was like,
forget it.
I don't even know if I want to do this anymore. And then when I moved back to Tennessee and got back with Alex again, that's all I want to do now. That's all I want to do, because it's not as intimidating as I really thought it was.
Right. Especially, you know, like we were saying earlier, with all the pre-built coils and everything else that you can get now, building has become so much more user-friendly. It has become so much easier to do. You know, like we were saying, it's still, you need to be careful and you need to take your time and, you know, sit there and make sure you're doing everything right. But it's so much easier now than it used to be.
It really is. It really is. And there's a ton of different devices, and what we're going to do from now on is when we get a new type of deck, we're going to show you how to do a build on that deck.
Yeah.
Because there's so many different types of decks now. Today we're going to do your standard velocity style deck, and we're going to...
This is kind of one of your more standard style of decks. This is one that a lot of companies use.
And it is very simple.
Very simple, you can do it in single coil, you can run them in dual coil. You know, they're very versatile, and they're very, very easy to learn on.
Here's the thing about it. This one right here, the Avocados, velocity style deck. Skyhook, velocity style deck. This right here,
velocity style
deck. My Dragon Ball, velocity style deck. So they're very, very common, and then the reason why that is because they're very simple to build on.
Yeah, they're very easy to build on, and you can, a lot of the times, as long as the posts are far enough away, you can put some almost monstrous coils in these things and it not be a problem. So definitely they're one that a lot of companies use.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, well, it took you know, 60 mils for you to, or 120 mils for you to kind of like it, but
it's
you
not,
know.
It's not so I think that's going to be enough dicking around for a little bit. We're going to do a dual coil build on his Skyhook first.
Yep.
Also, real quick, before we do that, I want to recommend the Avocado.
Yes. Okay. I would recommend the Avocado over the Skyhook, simply just because the Avocado doesn't leak.
Well, and first off, the Skyhook has been discontinued. It's going to be hard to find.
It is a little harder to find. You know, if you can't find one, they're probably going to be cheap. I paid $20 for mine. That's all I paid for it. So, I mean, if you find them, they're going to be cheap, but be ready, because this is probably going to be a sit-at-home mod. This is going to be a sit-at-home device.
There are cons to the Avocado 22 and 24. There are cons, don't get me wrong. But if you've watched our 24 video, I love the Avocado device.
It's a very good device. Geek Vape did a fantastic job.
Fantastic job. And the reason why I'm recommending this one is because it's your standard velocity style deck. You can run it in dual coil or single coil. I recommend getting the Avocado 24.
If you want to do
22. Dual. Yeah, if you're wanting to do dual coil, get the 24. It makes filling it up is a lot easier.
Yeah.
And this one, I only run it in single coil. We're going to show you the single coil build on the Avocado 22 purely because of that reason.
And the reason why is just because, I don't know if we went over this in the original 24 video, but yeah, the swivel door on the 24, this one doesn't have anything like that, so you have to try to put your juice in, like, over the coil and in through the wick.
Into the cotton. And it's
just
complicated
to
fill up the Avocado 22 when you're running it in dual coil.
But
when it's in single coil, it's very simple because you have a ceramic block to put in there to be able to take out, fill it up, put it right back in.
Pop it out, fill it up, drop it back in there, good to go.
Good to go.
But we'll show you all this whenever we do our close-ups and we do our builds. We're going to show you how to build.
I wanted to recommend that before I forgot because, and it's only, the Avocado 22 is only like $25-30.
Easily. I mean, both of these devices they're a little up in age right now, so a lot of places, or if they still got them, they're probably trying to get rid of them.
Yeah, you can probably find this one even cheaper now.
Oh yeah, and I mean, if you find these online, you know, you can find them all day long because they were such good devices that I think that they're still producing them. I think that they're still manufacturing these.
They are.
So I mean, you know, you're not going to have to.
Still, Example Box carries the Avocado 24.
And I know that if you go to Geek Vape's website, they still have these, and I think that they actually have some new colors for the 22 and the 24.
You can get them from Element Vape, DNA Vapor. You can find the avocados just about anywhere. They're that popular of a device.
Yeah.
So I recommend the Geek Vape Avocado 22 and 24. Not the 24 bottom airflow.
Yeah.
Screw that thing.
That thing is gonna leak like crazy.
Avocado 22 and 24.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, so we're going to jump up close, and we're going to do the dual coil first on his Skyhook. And then we're going to jump right in to doing the single coil build on the Avocado 22. We'll see y'all in a bit.
See you in a minute.